But this ambulance, though, is the oldest licensed ambulance
Still licensed.
in the U.S.
You are listening to EMS with your hosts, Eric Axine and Matt Ball.
You're so excited. Every time we bring up this topic.
I'm giddy like a schoolboy.
You know what movie is that from? Yeah.
Giddy
like a schoolgirl.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go through the whole line.
Yeah. But you are super excited. I mean, I'm excited too, but this is like your brainchild and you're excited.
Let me tell you where it all started.
All right, come on.
It really started with you and me because our philosophy of making learning fun, we look for engaging, crazy things to do.
Right.
Whether we're filming an open in a hangar with a bunch of airplanes.
Blowing up Christmas balls.
Yeah, we should do the Christmas balls.
We should do the Christmas balls.
Man, we could do a whole podcast on that. That is so much. The chemistry is so cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so our philosophy in making learning fun is finding these engaging experiences, and it brings the education to life. It doesn't have to correlate. It just gets your attention. You know, you're on the edge of your seat kind of thing. And so I was in Los Angeles, and I was meeting with a friend of mine. His name's Jeff. He's an ER doctor, and he owns an ambulance company. I won't share details because I don't know for sure if he'd want to know that. But anyway.
Don't give too much away.
But I don't think he'd care. But just to be respectful to him, I'll keep him anonymous. But good friend of mine, and he owns an ambulance company. And he also owns an old ambulance. It's actually the oldest licensed ambulance in the country.
What year?
1963, I think. I could be wrong on the year a little bit, but it's a Cadillac, an old Cadillac ambulance.
So it's like a hearse style.
Yeah, in 1977 they changed the rules, and so they couldn't use those hearse style Cadillacs as ambulances anymore. And other companies made them too.
Because they were just killing people in the back of it.
I don't know that they were, but they changed the rules and height minimums. And anyway, point is. But this ambulance, though, is the oldest licensed ambulance
Still licensed.
in the U.S.
That's cool.
And that's part of what we're going to do. And we are going to set maybe two, but at least one world record.
Okay.
And
like official Guinness Book of World Records.
We've been in communication with Guinness.
Yeah.
And making sure that we understand all the rules.
Right.
And so... what it looks like, what we have planned, is we're going to break the record, the world record, for the longest ground EMS transport in EMS history. And we're going to break that record by almost 1,000 miles.
What was the last one?
I think the last one was 2,400 miles, and we're going 30. Well, right now, the projected path would be 3,329 miles.
Do we want to share the path or no, not yet?
Not yet, because that's something we actually talk about.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we just talked to one of our potential clients for ACE, and they invited us to stay at their station and to sleep there, and they'll wash our ambulance. And,
that would be cool.
And so it would be really fun to do that. It'd also decrease some of the costs too,
sure.
and increase the fun, I think. But
for sure.
But if we do that, then the trek looks like this, and then instead of 3,300 miles, it's 7,000 miles. And instead of a week, it's 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
So my thought was, what I think we'll end up doing, and we may actually take these people up on the invitation.
Sure.
But I think what we'll probably do is to plan our trek, and if we do take that tentative path of the 3,329 mile path from San Diego to Bangor, Maine.
You just told them.
Oh, I did. Shoot.
Cat's out of the bag now.
Well, we may not.
But that's not the for sure path.
But
because we'd also talked about Florida to Seattle.
We did.
So that's not the for sure path.
Not the for sure path.
Yeah.
But the ambulance does live in Los Angeles. So.
Yeah, but you
anyway.
can drive to Seattle. Seattle to Key West would be a cool route.
We could still break the record from Los Angeles and go to New York. I mean, there's lots of things we could do. Yeah, exactly. So, but if we do take that tentative path, what my thought is that we will look at the path and see the stations about every 500 miles, and then call them up and see if they'd be willing to participate.
Right.
And to have us stop at their stations.
Yeah.
Along the way, we'll be filming content So we'll be working, but the work we do, it's not work.
wanna have fun. I just wanna go on a
To
road
me,
trip.
work is fun, and fun is work. So we'll be putting together a video series, which I won't release yet,
Right.
but it is.
It's going to be a bundle.
It's going to be a bundle
yeah.
of content with a
Yes.
certain theme,
Yeah.
and the theme I really believe is so applicable now. I mean, it's just the perfect thing for today.
Yes.
And it is going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be really valuable and useful to departments all over the country. People are going to want it. It's going to blow you away.
Yeah. Agreed.
And so you and I will film the content for this bundle as we go through our world record attempt. Some of them might be filmed on the side of the road or at a fire station. Or
Oceanside,
Ocean-
mountainside,
who knows,
sunrise,
right?
sunset,
Yep, the
Forrest Gump.
Mississippi.
Oh, we got to do Forrest Gump Highway. We got to hit that.
I didn't even know there was a Forrest Gump Highway.
Oh yeah, in Utah.
Oh, man,
It's
I
the
can see
Garden of
the-
the
I can
Gods, or
s-
not the Garden of the Gods, the Valley of the Gods.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, there's a spot right where you can stop. I've been on it. In 2019, we took a road trip, and everybody stops there. It's right at the stop.
runs?
Well, everybody gets out and they take their picture there, and they're just, I think I'll go home now. That whole scene.
I can see it in my head
It's,
right now.
that is an actual, and everybody calls it
interesting.
the Forrest Gump stop or whatever. But yeah,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
we're gonna have to do that now. That's on the list.
So I think that the world record attempt, however we do it,
Yeah.
it's going to be exciting and fun, and we're going to take a lot of our team with us.
Yeah.
Not everybody. We don't have
Yeah,
a
yeah.
vehicle big enough, but we'll take a lot of our team with us, and then we're going to film that along the way. We're going to. We'll probably be filming 3 cameras all the time.
Yeah.
To catch all
Everything.
the footage.
Yeah.
Outside.
And we're
of
gonna
our-
have to. Do we want to give details about like how does this work with Guinness as far as
Good question. Yeah.
how many details do we want to give away here?
Well, some of it's still tentative, so I think
Yeah.
I'll keep it ambiguous for now.
Yeah.
But
But I guess there has to be. It actually has to be a.
it actually be a patient. It has
Yeah,
to be
there
a
actually has to be a
transport.
real patient.
Do
It
we
has to
tell?
be.
I mean, we're going to actually have a patient.
That's what
It's
I'm
gonna be
saying, yeah.
Actual injury.
Yes, it's
Patient
not just
with an
driving an ambulance from
No,
here to
no,
there.
no.
It's an actual to meet the world record standard.
Yes.
It has to be providers along with
Yes.
an actual patient.
And from what we can tell right now, it looks like doesn't have to be a paramedic. It could be
Right.
because you're going to be there, but it can also be a physician.
Right. Or
And
it could be
so,
a physician and a paramedic.
So both. One of the other guys. So we'll have 2 ER doctors there with us. We'll have. It sounds like potentially 2 firefighters,
Yep.
paramedics,
Yep.
at least one.
Yep.
And Adam was a former paramedic,
Yep.
firefighter. But he's a PA now, and,
Yep.
and Nate
And a genius.
and a
2
genius.
geniuses.
Yeah. So we have. We're gonna have a great group.
Yes.
But as far as Guinness is concerned, an actual patient with an actual complaint,
An actual registered ambulance.
registered ambulance transported to a hospital
Yeah.
for definitive care.
Yeah.
And that'll take place somewhere on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And tentatively Bangor, Maine.
Tentative,
But whatever.
Yes.
And,
But we haven't figured out the right.
No, we got to get the details down.
Yeah,
But it's gonna be a blast. And
Filming along the way for different videos,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff.
Podcasts along the way.
Podcasts along the way. Yes.
Pretty informal, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be raw.
Yeah.
And I imagine that in the 3,500 miles or whatever it is,
Something funny will
something's going to go wrong. We're going to have adventures we can't even
Blow a tire.
predict. Something like that, I'm sure. And that's
Oh,
part of the
AAA.
reason why I'm hoping Danny could come.
So
Because
he
that guy can
fix-
fix
He
anything.
can fix anything. And he can pick it up and put it on the jacks. We don't
He
need
sure
a farm
can.
jack.
For anybody that doesn't know, we have a colleague, Danny. He's just like a Greek god. How tall is he? 8 feet 11?
Something
I'm
like that,
kidding.
yeah.
He's super tall, and
Yeah, he's a big dude.
his biceps
He
are
is-
as big as my waist.
Correct.
And
yes. He's a Greek god.
yeah, it's like
He
every
is-
time we tell the story, he gets bigger. And
It's like
no,
William Wallace.
The cool story we should tell. I don't think Danny would mind if we told
I
the story.
don't think so.
Well, obviously, a gifted athlete too. I mean, he
Yeah, played
drafted
pro
by
ball.
the
Yeah.
Toronto Blue Jays. I think I can't
Something
remember.
like that.
He
yeah.
could tell you.
Colorado Rockies. Wasn't it the Rockies? No.
You know what? That doesn't.
I don't know. He played in
Who
college.
cares?
The
It's
guy's
like
just
he
a
got drafted
stud.
by the majors.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
just a stud. It makes me sick.
We had a.
And he's got he's got a great mustache too. I shaved mine, but he's got
Yeah, he does. Anyway, I watched him play baseball with the police versus the fire department
Yeah,
in our town.
oh, yeah.
And he got up there and I think that ball's still in orbit right now.
We'll pick it up in Bangor, Maine.
But anyway, so quick story though with Danny, and I think one of the reasons it'd be good to have him is that
Super handy.
remember that story when we had that meeting and he called us and what he says, like,
Truck
"Hey
broke
guys,
down.
I'm late."
Yeah.
His truck broke down. He told me the story.
Alternator or
Something.
starter, alternator, something went
Yes.
out. Yeah.
And it was something. It's not like you're just changing a fan belt or you're not just changing
It's
the oil or a
changing out a part.
battery or
yeah.
something.
You had to troubleshoot it first
He had
on the side of the road.
I think it was something where he had to actually get into the engine
Yeah.
on the side of the road. I think he had flagged somebody down and they took him to an auto parts store. He knew what he needed. He got it, came back, fixed his truck on the side of the road,
And still made the meeting.
and still made the meeting.
Yeah,
anyway,
he's very handy, and he's fun to have around.
I could think. I mean, when we do have a problem, I could see that guy fixing it for us.
Oh, for sure.
You know, we'll all be sitting in the RV. That's the other thing. We have a chase vehicle,
Oh, yeah, that makes
an
sense.
RV.
Yeah, I don't think all of us are
following
going to fit in
behind.
that little ambulance.
No.
Be a little
So
uncomfortable.
in the RV, we'll be sipping lemonade and hanging out while he's out in the heat fixing the. I'm just kidding.
Watching him sweat fixing it in Death Valley.
Yeah. You know what's going to be really neat, though? I'm excited about this. Is for people to get to know Devin, because Devin's usually behind the camera,
Yeah,
and people don't get to meet him. And he's a huge part of our team.
he is a huge part.
And it's like he does all this work, no praise, you know. And
He's the one that makes us look good and sound good
Well,
and
you look
all the
good.
other things.
there's nothing you can do here. I mean,
No, Devin is the man. He is our IT guru.
he is.
Yeah.
He's a. I would say
Far more than a cameraman.
we do have an amazing team at Axie C.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody is amazing at what they do, and I would say one of Devin's expertise, along with film production and all the stuff he does with the cameras, lighting, audio, all that stuff, is problem solver.
Oh yeah. Anything to do with internet or, I mean, all the stuff that. Well, today we just went over stuff today. He figured out a huge problem. Not problem, but he figured
Well, it
out a
was
way
problem.
to do.
There was a problem, and he fixed it. He found a way around it.
Yes.
So it's not a problem anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. And exactly. He is a genius.
But I think that's one thing of the 100 things I'm looking forward to. One of them is that we're bringing in our film crew with other cameras, filming us.
Yes.
So because a lot of the banter is between Devin and I, and Devin and you, and all of us, John, and all the whole team. Yeah. But now Devin will be filmed involved in the banter, which I think that's going to be a special thing.
Yeah, kind of a behind the scenes view.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
But I think the other thing I'm super excited about, now this is totally unofficial, and I don't even think you and I have had an opportunity to talk about this, because this just came up recently, is that we've talked about turning this into an actual documentary.
Oh yeah, we did
Of
talk
the
about
journey.
this.
Did we talk?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
And so with all the film footage, I think this is
how,
gonna,
it was like a how to break a world record.
Yeah. So we'll start at the very beginning with our conversations with Guinness, and then wherever we start to wherever we finish, breaking the record, and all the fun we have in between, and all the learning we do, the podcasts we film. It is going to be an adventure.
That's going to be good.
And unpredictably so.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Is that it'll be unpredictable. Now we have topics that we're going to go over.
Yeah.
During that road trip, but the unpredictability of, our patient might crash on us.
You never know.
We don't know.
And
then we're going to have a long way to drive. Then we might have to divert to a closer facility.
I think the excitement of it, the adventure of it, the cool part too is to be able to share it with our students and to experience pieces of it. I think it's going to be it's going to really be a lot of fun.
And the topics that we're going to go over are super important. They're going to be it's just going to be really good topics of information, stuff that people are going to want to know. Sometimes people stuff that people are need and they're really? Maybe scared of.
You won't want to miss it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, be from an admin perspective and a provider perspective, it's going to be stuff that people are going to want to get those classes. And then on top of it, it's going to be a fun and engaging class. It's not just going to be a
Oh yeah.
Death by PowerPoint.
No, it
But,
won't be.
It'll be great. It'll be really, really good.
Who knows where we're
Good
going to be
times.
filming these segments? I mean, one of the segments at the Grand Canyon potentially, or Niagara
The
Falls.
world's
I mean,
largest
who
ball of yarn.
knows?
I
Yes,
can't wait to go
exactly.
there. I've been dying to go there.
No, it's funny when you as you're talking, I was thinking to myself, as we've developed our content for ACE, all the hundreds of hours of stuff we've done, I'm amazed that we never thought to do this. I mean, this is such an
But
important.
we've done other things. We've done rattlesnake roundups and sharks.
Oh no! I guess what I'm talking about is the content, though, because
Oh,
to me,
yes,
it's
yes.
like, how in the world have we gone this far down the road
And
and
not-
not done this?
Well,
Because
we've done
this-
elements of it.
We have
but
done
not
one
like
element
this.
of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
One of 7.
Yes.
Because we're planning a 7-hour
Yep.
bundle,
Yeah.
and one of the 7 we've done, but I think we're going to do it better.
Oh, for
and
sure.
Improve it. Some content will be the same, but we're going to redo it and make it better.
Right.
And you're right. So components of it we've done, and I think components of everything we've kind of touched on. Yeah, like.
Right.
But we've never focused on it like we're about to do.
Right.
And this is the kind of bundle you don't want to miss. I don't care if you're brand new, if you're an experienced paramedic, if you're a chief,
Yeah.
a city manager. I mean,
Ambulance, private ambulance owner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need CEs to want to watch this.
Yeah. Yeah.
All players are going to be interested in this.
Yes, for
I'm pretty excited about that, and you and I are going to just knock it out of the park and
Well, it's gonna
make
be
it fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Fun to watch, fun to film,
Yeah.
fun to do. The whole thing is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and back. I want to touch a little bit on some of our plans, stopping along the way, being able to film departments along the way, with their permission, of course, and and to get them on camera and to see different stations literally across the country. That's going to be a fun experience.
Well, and meeting new people, exactly. That'd be really cool.
Eating with other stations and experience a little bit of life with each station as well, along the way.
Be interesting to see how different stations do different things. I think for the most part, most firefighters are
Very
firefighters.
similar.
Oh
That's what I've noticed. In fact, I was out in the California area talking to a fire station. They were expressing their frustrations about something. 2 days ago, I was doing some CEs in a department out here in the DFW area, and the same conversation came up, and I felt like it was deja vu.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just in literally in the kitchen, at the table.
Yep.
And
That's
it
where
could
it
have been the
happens.
same. I mean, it was eerie.
It's so eerie that I've been teaching, and this is kind of off topic, but I've been teaching live at other fire departments. And I can sit in that room and go and identify guys from that department that are exactly like guys in my department.
that's
Be like,
funny.
that guy's like this guy, that person's like this person. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's interesting to see how firemen are very similar in a lot of ways. Yeah.
One of the things I like to do, in fact, just a couple days ago, I was teaching at this department, and I start out with a competition, and and the guys just and girls too, are having a great time competing against one another, and I kind of facilitate things, and then we come up with a winner, and then when we do
What was the prize?
the lecture,
I know you got a good prize.
it's the hug from the medical director.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair.
People like that. I'm kidding. We didn't. I have handed out prizes before.
I was going to
but
say,
I
you
didn't-
always have some crazy prize you give
I
out.
didn't give out any prizes.
Ah.
I should have. They were gracious. They weren't expecting it. But
Yeah.
the cool part was though is when you teach later, for the guy, even if you lost, you want to argue your point and how that wasn't fair. And the guys are arguing and hey, that's not fair, or this should be acceptable, and when in a CE, when it's death by PowerPoint, are people doing that kind of thing? It's like,
engaged.
hold on a second, I don't agree with that point.
Yeah.
I think this and this and this is true. This is why I think.
They're just sitting there waiting for that hour to be
Back row on their phone.
Oh, yeah.
And if it's virtual CEs, it's
dozing
even
off.
worse.
Oh, pfft.
You get the
Ugh,
logo
during
on the,
COVID, teaching live Zoom live
Oh.
Cs and looking at a bunch of dudes in recliners, all just nobody paying attention.
That's funny.
Horrible.
We talked about the study that we published
Mm-hmm.
on showing how our content delivery style is more effective. I was in a station which will remain nameless,
Uh-huh.
and with one of the arms of our study, and like I told everybody that was involved in our study, I said, I want you to engage in the CE process that we're
Mm-hmm.
about to start. just like you normally would on any normal day.
Yeah.
And one of the guys stood up and walked away.
That's probably that 30-year captain's like, I
it
hate,
was-
yeah.
And anyway, so what was funny is we were having a similar conversation
He just
later
got up
on.
and walked away. That's hilarious.
Like you said, like that
Yeah.
same sort of stereotypical guy, he
Yeah.
did the same thing.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
That's funny.
But
That's pretty funny.
but he got up and I think he would have really done that.
Oh,
and
I have no doubt.
And so we joked, we laughed. He
Yeah.
said, "Well, that's Dr. Exene. That's what I do.
That's what I would do.
That's normally what I do. I just press
Go
play,
get a glass of tea,
I walk away,
take a
and
nap.
or clean the kitchen or the whatever."
That's funny.
But anyway, back to our world record attempt.
Yeah.
This is going to be an epic adventure. It's going to be fun to share. I think you won't want to miss what we do. It's going to be
Yeah, it's going to be good.
it's going to be really good, and it's going to be fun for us to break a world record. I've
Never attempted a world record.
and there's a lot to it at the beginning, just making sure you follow the rules.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
All the documentation and all this stuff. Well, the good thing is we'll have multiple cameramen, so we'll be videoing everything.
True.
We'll have video documented proof.
Yeah, and we've checked everything out so far. Everything looks like it's on the up and up. I mean, we're with Guinness, so I think we're going to be good to go.
Good to go. Well, that's
So-
exciting.
It is exciting. And is there any other part of this adventure that?
I think so. I think we've touched on all of it, the content and
Uh-huh.
what potentially we're doing. And a lot of the details still have to be figured out. But we're going to be doing this relatively quick.
We are. Yeah,
Depending on when this,
we're
comes
hoping.
out, but yeah.
Hoping to get this thing going soon.
in the next couple months. Yeah. There's a lot of planning that'll go into it.
A lot of planning,
beforehand.
a lot of things to get figured out. But we're so excited about it. We wanted to at least introduce the concept on the podcast, so you.
Yeah,
you
be on
know
the
it's
lookout
coming.
for it. Yeah, and then we're going to do a follow-up podcast. After we do this, we will do a follow-up podcast and talk candidly about our
knows?
world record experience.
Oh yeah, I was talking to Devin about it. We may not make it.
Why not?
I mean, what if the
I
ambulance?
guess the ambulance could break down. Yeah, we got
blow an
we
engine
got
or
a
something?
Danny.
Yeah, we got a Danny.
We
I
got
don't
a
know.
Danny.
Even Danny can fix a blown engine. I mean, we could encounter
That's
some
true.
problems that
Oh yeah,
may make it impossible.
Unforeseen
to do.
problems. That's
You never
a
know.
bear could jump out and kill
It is
one
an
of us.
old ambulance.
Yeah.
A very old.
Who's
ambulance.
driving? Well, then we're gonna. I guess we'll rotate driving.
Yeah, I think we'll rotate.
Can I turn
driving.
the sirens on?
Absolutely, everything works. I've been.
I guess it
I
has to
started
if
it, and we
it's
turned
licensed,
the
it
lights
has to
on.
work.
Everything works, and it's.
I'm picturing the Ghostbusters mobile. That's what I'm picturing.
Something else we need to talk about is that we can't go into details of who's sponsoring us, but we got some sponsors.
Yep.
And once it's official, we can share who they are. They've been super generous to help us, help subsidize some of the costs for this, and obviously we're going to be able to place some really great products and talk about them, and share some of the cool things in the industry right now, and then. Also be able to partner with some other non-EMS agencies that are interested in us doing this.
Yeah.
It's going to be really kind of fun. That's something I hadn't anticipated. Honestly, when we started thinking about this, I was thinking to myself, okay, this is going to cost a lot of money. And I never thought to subsidize. It was Devin actually that suggested it in the meeting. He said, you should get sponsors.
Yeah.
So
There you
anyway,
go.
so that was good. And I think that's going to make this even more fun.
Yeah. That's very cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
A lot of planning, but
Yeah, a lot of planning, and more to come. More
Yep.
to come, and we'll do a post world record. I'm hoping to hold a plaque here.
that would be really cool.
Post world
Open up
record.
the Guinness book and find our names in there.
That would be so cool. That I hadn't thought about that. I never thought about looking it up in the book.
Yeah.
But you're right. Well, maybe we'll have our picture in
Or
there.
look it up online.
Yeah.
Look it up on Google.
I imagine it'd be a picture of the ambulance. I don't think they're going to see our mugs.
Oh no, we're in it. All of us are going to be in it, standing next to the ambulance,
I like it.
carrying
I
our
like
patient.
it. I like your vision of it. That's good.
Well, we'll see you on the next one. It's going to be exciting.
Be safe.
Thank you for listening to EMS, the Eric and Matt Show.